Hello students, welcome to the lecture on Human Resource Development. And after the lecture we will be able to learn the following objectives. Understand the concepts of human resource development. Discuss the HRD and micro and macro level. Explain the subsystems in HRD. Describe career planning and development and its methods. Explain the career management. Define the HRD interventions. Let's start with brief introduction to human resource development. Human resource development is the part of human resource management that specifically deals with training and development of the employees in the organization. It includes training a person after he or she is first hired, providing opportunities to learn new skills, distributing resources that are beneficial for the employee's tasks, and any other developmental activities.
Human Resource Development, or HRD, is a practice that combines training, organization development, and career development efforts to encourage improvement of individual, group, and organizational performance. Its purpose is to enhance employee performance and productivity, which leads to employee and customer satisfaction and an increase in the profitability of the organization. HRD is comprised of 4 basic sections: personal development, professional development, performance administration or management, and organization development. Each section will differ in significance from one organization to the next. The significance of each section within an organization may depend upon the extent of the organization's focus to improve human resources. Personal and professional development concentrate on the growth and development of the individual, while performance administration or management and organization development place their focus on a whole system approach to the effectiveness of the organization. Personal development can be defined as the development of new knowledge, skills, and attitudes, or KSAs, that enhance one's current job performance. The attainment of these new KSAs may be the result of formal and informal learning events, but most often informal, on-the-job, embedded learning is responsible. Personal development is a short-term path to enhancing performance, which results in a lower level of organizational enhancement. Professional development places its focus on the identification of individual interests, values, and attitudes needed to develop KSAs for future employment. Professional development can include both personal and organizational endeavors. Performance administration, or performance management, is an approach used to improve organizational performance. Its goal is to assure that the right individuals have the KSAs that support their jobs both effectively and efficiently. Organization development can be defined as recognizing, creating, and implementing a solution to an organization's weakness in performance through team effort. The desired result is a shared, enthusiastic attitude toward accomplishing new and existing circumstances or events.
Let's discuss about the concepts of human resource development. Human resource development is the amalgam of increasing knowledge, capabilities, and positive work attitudes of all people working at all levels in a business undertaking. The HRD, needs. The HRD is needed by any organization that wants to be dynamic and growth-orientated or to succeed in a fast-changing environment. The HRD, features. The essential features of human resource development can be listed as: human resource development is a process in which employees of the organizations are recognized as its human resource. It stresses on development of human resources of the organization. It emphasizes on the development and best utilization of the capabilities of individuals in the interest of the employees and organization. It helps in establishing, developing better interpersonal relations. It stresses on developing relationships based on help, trust, and confidence. It promotes team spirit among employees. It tries to develop competencies at the organization level. It stresses on providing healthy climate for development in the organization. The HRD is a system. It has several subsystems. All these subsystems are interrelated and interwoven. It stresses on collaboration among all the subsystems. It aims to develop an organizational culture in which there are good senior-subordinate relations, motivation, quality, and sense of belonging. The HRD benefits. Some of the important benefits are: the HRD makes people more competent. HRD develops new skill, knowledge, and attitude of the people in the concerned organizations. With appropriate HRD program, people become more committed to their jobs. An environment of trust and respect can be created with the help of human resource development. Acceptability toward change can be created with the help of HRD. Employees found themselves better equipped with problem-solving capabilities. It improves the all-round growth of the employees. The HRD also improves team spirit in the organization. They become more open in their behavior, thus new values can be created. It also helps to create the efficiency culture in the organization. It leads to greater organizational effectiveness. Resources are properly utilized and goals are achieved in a better way. It improves the participation of worker in the organization. This improves the role of worker, and workers feel a sense of pride and achievement while performing their jobs. It also helps to collect useful and objective data on employees, programs, and policies which further facilitate better human resource planning. Now let's talk about the HRD at micro and macro level. Micro level. At micro level, human resource development is related with grassroots development in organizations. It is well received by companies' management as they realized its importance and foresee its future contribution for the individual and organizational development. Human resource planning. The HRD manager should plan for the human resource which would meet not only the future organizational requirements, but also capable of being developed. The steps in human resource planning includes estimation of present and future requirements and supply of human resources based on objectives and long-range plans of the organization. Calculation of net human resource requirements based on present inventory of human resources. Taking steps to mold change and develop the strength of existing employees in the organization so as to meet the future human resources requirements. Preparation of action programmers to get the rest of human resources from outside the organization and to develop the human resources of existing employees. Selection and recruitment. It is the process of ascertaining the qualifications, experiences, skills, knowledge, etc. of an applicant with a view to appraising his/her suitability to a job. Recruitment. It is the process of searching for prospective employees and simulating them to apply for jobs in an organization. Placement and training. It is the process of assigning the selected candidate with the most suitable job. It is matching of employee specifications with job requirements. Training. Training is a systemic process by which employees learn skills, knowledge, abilities, or attitudes to further organizational and personal goals. Induction and orientation. Induction and orientation are the techniques by which a new employee is rehabilitated in the charge surrounding and introduced to the practices, policies, purposes, and people, etc. of the organization. Performance appraisal. It is the systemic evaluation of individuals with respect to their performance on the job and their potential for development. Management development. It is the process of aligning and conducing suitable executive development in the managerial and human relations skills of employees. Career planning and development. It is the planning of one's career and implementation of career plans by means of education training, job search, and acquisition of work experiences. It includes internal and external mobility. Internal mobility. It includes vertical and horizontal movement of an employee within an organization. It consists of transfer, promotion, and demotion. Transfer and promotion. Transfers and promotions are the two important ways of personnel adjustments. When employees are demoted, it is simply a transfer. Promotion. It deals with upward reassignment given to employees in the organization to occupy a higher position which commands better status and/or pay, keeping in view the human resources of the employees and the job requirements. Macro level. At macro level, HRD is related with development of people for the nation's well-being. At this level, it involves health, skills, capabilities, and attitudes of people which are most useful in development of nation as a whole. A well-designed HRD program should have the following subsystems. Performance appraisal. A performance is measured in terms of results. Performance appraisal is concerned with evaluating the present performance output of the employees by linking it with requirements. Feedback and counseling. The performance appraisal evaluation report of employees may be used as feedback information. Management may discuss and evaluate the progress of the subordinate with his immediate superior. Training and development. Training and development are the human resource development instruments or subsystems used by every organization. The importance of training has increased as a result of fact and constant improvement in the technology. Career planning and reward. A career is a sequence of positions occupied by a person during the course of his work life. Reward is the compensation to the employees for their services to the organization. Job rotation and enrichment. Job rotation is another human resource development mechanism or subsystem. Job enrichment. Job enrichment refers to widening the contents of a job. Did you know? Job enrichment is an idea that was developed by the American psychologist Frederick Herzberg in the 1950s. Now let's explore what is career planning and development. Career planning and development is a lifelong process of psychological, behavioral, and experiential influences that shape the lifespan of a career. Concept of career. A career is a sequence of positions held by a person during the course of a lifetime. It comprises of a series of work-related activities that provide continuity, order, and meaning in a person's life. Important terms in career planning. The terms that are commonly used in career planning. Career. A career is all the jobs that one does during one's working life. Career goals. Future positions one tries to reach as part of a career. Career cycle. The stages through which a person's career evolves. Career paths. These are flexible lines of progression through which employees typically move. Career progression. Making progress in one's career through a series of right moves. Career planning and development. Extending help to employees to form realistic career goals and the opportunities to realize them. Career planning and development. Stages. Career development can help bring about an integration of the individual and organizational goals. Development stage. This stage begins from birth and normally lasts until 14 years old. This is the period in which children want to affirm themselves and have been affected very much by the relationship with family, school, and society. Exploration stage. This stage often lasts from 15 years old to 24 years old. In this period, people have many different career choices, and they often tend to choose job careers they have been counseled, tutored, or the jobs they think will fit their abilities and wishes. Establishment stage. This stage is from the age of 25 to 44. This is the main stage in the career of a person. Aging stage. This period continues from the age of 45 to 60. There are many people who jump directly from stable period to this stage without having experienced all the difficulties and failures in mid-career crisis period. Declination stage. Declination stage is the final stage when people are old, less healthy, and clairvoyant. In this period, the sense of responsibilities toward the job has decreased and they must accept the new role of the young generation.
We're going to discuss how to choose a career based on your personality. The first step is to really understand yourself and your own personality. Sometimes that's easier said than done. There are a lot of different tools that you can utilize in order to really get a clear view or picture of your personality and your personality traits. A lot of times our own self-assessments are not always as accurate as we think they are. So it's important to get a clear picture of what types of things best describe you and your personality traits. There are a variety of different venues or accesses that you can take that would allow you to determine your personality type. You've probably seen many of them online. There are also some formal tests that would be available at your local one-stop center through our assessment center. You can take these tests, which then would in turn give you different personality traits. They may be as simple as an extrovert, which means that you are very social and enjoy being around people, versus an introvert, which would mean that you prefer to be more to yourself and in solitary situations. These types of personality traits are extremely important in determining what kind of career would be best for you, because to be successful, you need to really be comfortable with yourself and the type of work that you're doing. So when you take the time to get a clear view of your own personality traits, then you can take that information and apply it in other assessment tools that can help you determine the types of work that would best fit your personality. So just for an example, if you were to take a personality test and it determined that you were an extrovert, then it would be a good idea for you to look at jobs or different employment opportunities in social settings, potentially retail, or if you were to be a clerk or in a different type of job environment that allowed you to interact with people and work in a team environment and actually have a partnership with people where your work combined with theirs to make an end product. If that's not something that you'd feel comfortable with, then you would want to explore other types of work. Possibly if you're more of an introvert, you would maybe look at something along the lines of truck driving, where you spend most of your time alone and you rely solely on your own skills and your own time frames, and you really set your own schedule. So it's important to take a look at how you fit into the job that you're interested in, because the happier you are and the better it fits with you, the more success you will have in your job search and in finding a job that's going to make you happy.
Career planning steps. Career planning is the process through which individuals identify and implement steps to attain their career goals. There are 5 basic steps in the career planning process: self-assessment, exploration and research, decision-making, taking action, evaluation. Self-assessment. It is essential to know what one's strengths and weaknesses are, what one has to offer an employer, and identify any skills and experience gaps one may have. This will help one to consider the career options and how to use the time wisely at university to fill in any gaps. Exploration and research. The main motive of exploration and research is to seek information on available job opportunities from family, friends, online job boards, job fairs, and examine the skills and abilities required. Decision-making. Making one's career decisions involves taking the information that one has already gathered about oneself in the self-assessment stage and matching it with options that are available and options one have explored in the career exploration stage. Taking action. Taking action is one of those things that are easier said than done. This stage is about literally being proactive with our career plans and following through with what one has decided on doing. Evaluation. They keep track of their career progress throughout their lifetime. When selecting career development methods, it is important to remember the development process. There are many ways to provide individuals with learning opportunities. Committees. Committees are part of everyday activity in any organization. They can also be effective learning tools with the right focus. Conferences and forums. Employees can attend conferences that focus on topics of relevance to their position and the organization. Critical incident notes. With a brief summary of the incident and identify the employee's actions that led to a successful resolution. Field trips. This helps the employees gain a better understanding of the full range of programs and clients that the organization serves. Job aids. Job aids are very useful for new employees taking on new responsibilities, and for activities that happen infrequently. Job expanding. Organizations with flat organizational structure are starting to give some managerial tasks to experienced staff as a way of keeping those staff challenged. Job shadowing. If an employee wants to learn what someone else in the organization does, the employee can follow that person and observe him or her at work. Learning alerts. Government announcements and reports can be used as learning alerts. Prepare a brief covering page, which could include a short summary and 1 or 2 key questions for the employees to consider. Peer-assisted learning. 2 employees agree to help each other learn different tasks. Both employees should have an area of expertise that the coworker can benefit from. The employees take turns helping their coworker master the knowledge or skill that they have to share. Stretch assignments. These assignments give the employee an opportunity to stretch past his or her current abilities. Special projects. Give an employee an opportunity to work on a project that is normally outside his or her job duties. Let's now move on and talk about career management. Career management is the lifelong planning and pursuit of work goals. What sets it apart from dreaming about one wants to become is an active approach in doing research, then creating and following a workable career plan. Career versus job. How does one differentiate career from job? A career is a sequence of jobs or positions occupied by an individual during a course of time. Career is the specialization in a profession which continues to progress in spite of changes in jobs. Transitory jobs, a corporate reality. In order to equip people deal with this reality, the corporate focus must shift from lifelong employment to lifelong employability. Career planning largely an individual's responsibility. A job is not merely a means of earning money. It must be viewed by the individuals as an opportunity for learning, so that when one is doing a job to fulfill one's responsibility for the company, one is also strengthening their skills required to develop their career. Career management value proposition for an organization. Career management provides a great opportunity for an organization to arrive at congruence of aspiration and interests of high-performing individuals with current and future business needs. Let's now discuss about the HRD interventions. Organizational communication interventions. Although the word communication has multiple meanings, it is basically defined as the transfer of meaning between sender and receiver. The sender has an idea that is put into an email, memo, or conversation so that it can be sent to the receiver, thereby encoding and distributing the message. Now in the end, let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. Human resource development is a series of organized activities conducted within a specialized time and designed to produce behavioral changes. HRD is needed by any organization that wants to be dynamic and growth-oriented or to succeed in a fast-changing environment. Organizations can become dynamic and grow only through the efforts and competencies of their human resources. Induction and orientation are the techniques by which a new employee is rehabilitated in the charge surrounding and introduced to the practices, policies, purposes, and people, etc. of the organization. Job rotation is another human resource development mechanism or subsystem. This instrument is the least practiced instrument in the industry. This instrument is issued to develop managers and supervisors in an organization. Career planning and development is a lifelong process of psychological, behavioral, and experiential influences that shape the lifespan of a career. This process begins during high school as values and interests take shape.